For plenty of folks in our busy modern age, a pen is just an inexpensive, disposable item. Not so for the craftsman our Rita Braver has seen at work.
When I'm repairing grandfather's or grandmother's pen, I'm basically giving back a piece of their heritage to their owners.
Richard Binder is known as the Pen Doctor.
And you can see the ink there.
Once a developer of high-tech computer software, he now rescues low-tech tools of communication, working in his New Hampshire studio.
And if you look at the nib,
Oh, it's already bent?
it's bent. The pen was probably dropped and came down on a desk or a floor like that.
His specialty is the nib, or the point, which governs how a pen writes.
Fortunately, this kind of thing isn't difficult to repair.
Not for him. No wonder he has a 4-month backlog of work. Turns out there aren't many nib doctors.
So you're one of a few, huh?
I'm one of perhaps a half a dozen in the world.
So, Jack, I have a Bexley fine for you, and it's too broad and too wet.
And though you may never have heard of Richard Binder,
Okay, next victim, hi.
he's a celebrity in the world of pens. Yes, in this age of texting and email and throwaway ballpoints, there is a world of fountain pens.
You can put so much more character to your signature with a fountain pen than you can with a ballpoint.
All on display at the annual Washington Pen Show. With 220 dealers, it's considered the biggest in the nation.
They're just excited about pens. They come here and they talk about pens.
Bob Johnson, who runs the show, says there's a lot of pen history here, starting with these from the late 1800s. They have no ink supply, but must be dipped for each use.
Are those gold?
Oh yeah, they're all gold.
The first successful fountain pen with an ink supply inside is credited to Lewis Waterman. He opened a factory in New York in 1883, and soon the whole country had a passion for pens.
Were there just scores of pen manufacturers?
There were hundreds.
Rob Morrison specializes in vintage fountain pens.
Writes very smoothly, made in the 30s by Parker Vacuumatic.
But there are plenty of new ones here too, some costing thousands of dollars.
I own this one, this one, this one. I have this.
Real estate developer Kareem Abdus Salam says the pen show is better than football.
I always win when I come here.
And his suburban Maryland home is filled with his trophies, a whole room devoted to his pen collection. There's one that pays homage to the Da Vinci Code, several that celebrate the constellations, a whole section of Mont Blanc pens in honor of writers.
This one here is F. Scott Fitzgerald.
And so sort of a jazz age
Jazz
looking
Age,
pen.
a 1920 Jazz Age pen, and it has
gosh.
ivory with black onyx. This is a 250-year-old bamboo, and it's an ebonite with a resin feed, and this pen here was about $14,000. Oh gosh! This is one of one. It's a yellow jade with a purple jade on top. I had this one made specifically for me. He did a crystal, but I love the purple, and so I had him do one for me with the clear crystal, Swarovski crystal, and this right here has an 18-karat gold feed.
Kareem actually added up what he spent on some 400 pens.
And when I saw the bottom number and it was over $500,000, I was like, what in the world did we do?
But he says nothing beats the feel of a good fountain pen. And then there's the way friends react to his collection.
It ranges from, you must be nuts, to, I could have found a better use of that money. And then 3 is, how do I get started?
All you need is one.
Would you like to?